Here we have the Emperor. Very different takes on the Emperor. We'll begin first with the Shining Tribe. Rachel Pollack's opening remarks. He lays down the rules, he marks out the places, he arranges the horses, he builds the tall buildings. Now it's interesting, I'm going to read a little bit of this and then go on to the other cards. In some modern tarots, the emperor symbolizes the oppression of patriarchy, the stifling quality of rules and laws. In the Rider-Waite, the most well-known example, he appears as a harsh old man ruling over a brown, jagged desert. This card, however, is more complicated, embracing creative ideas, civilization, abstract thought, and healing powers. So we'll talk more about that with another card. But she goes on to say, a number of modern tarot decks have taken on the issue of patriarchal culture. They have tended to see the emperor as a kind of villain with gentle, childlike males as an alternative. Such images both belittle men and demonize them. The Shining Tribe Emperor is powerful, compelling, strong, and charismatic. Some people, women especially, react to this card with fear. They see the Emperor with his red hands and eyes and his powerful stance as a threat. If so, the cards gives them the opportunity to look at certain issues in their lives. Do they have trouble with authority? Do they find male sexuality threatening? What might trigger such reactions? Were they scared of their fathers? The emperor defends his territories, he builds, he creates culture, he establishes law, and in the Shining Tribe Tarot, he himself travels to the worlds of the radiant spirits. Many of us would benefit greatly if we saw his power in ourselves. Divinatory meaning, the play between aggression and healing energy. Abstract ideas, rationality, setting firm boundaries, ruling your own territory, taking responsibility, emotional remoteness, sexuality, specifically masculine sexuality, fathers and fatherhood. So we can see there's, she brings up some interesting observations about their interpretations of the emperor, and we'll see with other decks that there are different takes on it, just as she implied in her narrative. Now here we have the emperor from Margaret Peterson Tarot. And there's the poem. Okay, it all begins at home. The armor is being pierced, rigidity loosened, run across the red. The birth of an authentic I, free from the compulsion to eat your own flesh. A power in us that is incorruptible, organizing yourself from seeming chaos. Allow everything. She go on anymore. She goes, to order itself around the hub in the center of power. So she doesn't refer to male and female. She kind of doesn't. The Margaret Peterson doesn't define the difference of sexes. Well, let's read it one more time. It all begins at home. The armor is pierced, rigidity loosened, run across the red. The birth of an authentic I, free from the compulsion to eat your own flesh. A power in us that is incorruptible, organizing yourself from seeming chaos. Allow everything to order itself around the hub in the center of power. So that's it's different. It's certainly different than what you normally think of as the emperor. Now, here we have the Japaritsa. And this is interesting as well. Here is the first and only significant departure of the Japaritsa Tarot from the traditional naming conventions of the constituents of the major arcana. Customarily titled the Emperor, this card embodies the archetypal father possessing a worldly masculine energy of a less creative but more disciplined nature than that of the magician. His power is often seen as the stabilizing energy that counterbalances the female energy of the Empress and represents authority, social order, and control. There are both positive and negative aspects to authority and control. The artist has chosen to portray a less harmonic facet of patriarchal power, the darker side of social order, wherein emperors send other men off to war. So here's a dramatic departure, and it's how, there's facets of the emperor, and it's how, the different facets that you see in a card. In every card, there's different facets. And Nina Japaritsa chose to pick this one, the more aggressive one, the more patriarchal one. Divinatory meanings: a dominant figure taking control of a situation, a challenge to be overcome, rules and regulations, imposing order. So there you have the war from the Japaritsa. And finally, the Emperor from the Gypsy Palace. I can't believe this is not turning. Okay. He symbolizes the man who gives structure. He supports others by acting bravely and overcoming struggles using reason. He deserves respect and is not afraid to face challenges. Even if he fails, he takes the responsibility to learn from the experience. His strength is not only physical but logical. He is smart and efficient. The key words: structure, bravery, responsible, logic. So there you have it. This could be a whole, if you were taking a college course in tarot, this could be a whole day, that could be the whole session, the whole hour could be spent, 45 minutes could be spent on the Emperor. Different takes on the Emperor. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.